Hi, hey everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Stay Active at Home with Ginny and Nate, minus Ginny. Oh, good news. Speaking of Ginny, she's going to start being here on Fridays now too. So, she went back to work, but she's taking Fridays off. So she's going to be here on Friday, Saturday, and Wednesday. So that should pick up our attendance a little bit. So it's a beautiful day out. Hopefully you get a chance to go outside. It's not quite as hot as it was yesterday. But the workout that we have for today, we're going to do all supersets. So what a superset just means is that you're doing 2 exercises back to back. Anything more than 2 is considered a circuit. So a superset, 2 exercises back to back, but we're doing longer intervals today. So our first superset is elevator squats and bicep curls. We're going 60 seconds on, 15 seconds off, and we're going to keep going until we've done each one 3 times. So elevator squats, if you want to use a weight, tuck it under your chin like this. If you don't need a weight, we don't need a weight. But elevator squat, nice and controlled, not bouncing at the bottom. Think slight pause at each change of direction. So we're going all the way down to 90 degrees, coming up a third of the way, back down to the bottom of your squat, and stand back up. And that's 1 rep. So we're going to keep doing those elevator squats for 60 seconds. You feel that burn in the quads after that. And then we're going to do bicep curls. 60 seconds of bicep curls. So we're going to work on those guns. You can do these standing. You can do them kneeling. What I've noticed is that when you're kneeling, you have a less chance of doing some swinging than you do when you're standing. So if you are standing, just make sure you're staying under control, that you're not swinging the arms, and that the elbow is the only hinge. I'll probably end up doing them kneeling. I don't know, I just feel more stable that way. So I'm going to go down on my knees, weight at your sides, curling up to your shoulders. Elbows are staying glued to your sides. They're not flailing out, and they're not leaving your side, just like that. 60 seconds of those. So I know for sure, these weights are 25 pounds. I know for sure that I'm going to have to go down in weight. So I'm going to have another lighter weight handy. Try to go a little bit heavier today, but have your lighter weight handy if you need to drop down in weight. So repeat each of those 2 exercises 3 times each. Then our superset number 2 is going to be a reverse lunge and a tricep kickback. So again, if you want to use a weight under your chin, reverse lunge. So you're starting at the front of your mat, taking a step back, tapping your back leg, and return. What I want you to think in your head is that you're dropping your back leg, not taking a step forward. So we're dropping your back leg, not bringing your front knee forward. So that way we have a nice 90-degree angle on each side. For 60. And then our other exercise is going to be a tricep kickback. So hinging forward nice and far at your hips, not rolling the shoulders forward here, back nice and flat, elbows tucked in at your sides again, and you're pushing your dumbbells to the opposite wall. Pausing at each change of direction so you're not swinging like this. Locking here, extend, back to neutral. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed. You should be feeling these back of your arms right here pretty extensively. So we're going to do each of those exercises 3 times. And then we're going to 60 seconds each time. Then we're going to cut our time in half. 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off of squat, jumps, and skaters. So we're going to finish with some cardio, longer than Tabata today. So squat jumps, you have a few different options. You can either tap the ground, hop, like so. You can squat, jump like this. Or if you want to take the impact out of it, you can just tap the ground and stand. Jump out of the equation. Then skaters, you're going to cross 1 foot behind the other, tap your front leg. Squat jumps and skaters are 2 cardio exercises. We're doing those back to back. So at the end of the workout, we're gonna get pretty gassed in a good way. Okay, we good to warm up, you guys? Patty, glad you got all settled in. Good to see you, glad you made it. Okay, we'll start with 10 squats. Just regular squats, just to prepare ourselves for those elevator squats we got coming up. Weight on your heels and your big toe. I don't want you caving in or caving out. Ten of these, nice and controlled. Use this opportunity to practice your form. Okay, then we're gonna do forward lunges. So stand at the back of your mat, taking a step forward, dropping your back leg, and step back. So you're kind of stepping forward and then launching yourself back to the back of your mat. And be careful, we don't do forward lunges often here. I find forward lunges are a little bit more taxing on your knees. So just be mindful of your angles are proper, that you're dropping that back leg and that front knee is not going over your toe. 5 each. After that, we're going to get down onto our mat and do some bird dogs. Nice tabletop position. You're going to extend opposite arm, opposite leg, straight out. Then you're going to touch elbow to knee. Elbow to knee under your body. Try not to rotate your hips. We'll go 5 on one side and 5 on the other. All right, we're going to finish up with 15 jumping jacks. Just get the heart rate up a bit. Good job. Hey, Jen, I didn't know you were going to make it. I thought you were going to be swamped. Way to fit time into your schedule. Okay, after those jumping jacks, we should be good to go. Might be breathing a little heavy right now, and that's a good thing. Your body is prepared for exercise. Okay, elevator squats and bicep curls coming at you right away, starting in 10. And 5. And go down a third of the way up, back down, and stand. All the way down, third of the way up, all the way down, and stand. Now don't bounce at the bottom. Remember, it's an elevator, not a trampoline. Now, you don't need to go as slow as I am. You can still pick up the speed, but just quick pause at each change of direction. So picking it up would kind of look like this. Like a robot. 20 seconds. Long round, you guys, long round. Awesome job, final 10. 5, 4. Okay, grab your dumbbells. We're gonna do some bicep curls. If you don't have any weights, we'll do some tension curls. So just manually squeeze your arms and resist that curl. So we're doing hammer style. So keep your palms in. If you start to get tired and you want to give your one arm a little bit more rest, we can alternate too. I think this might be the only round that I can do these 25s with. We can't all be as strong as Chad. Good job, you guys. All right, we're almost there. Whew. Getting gassed. 5 seconds. All right, that was 1 time through. 2 more times through. Back to elevator squats. There we go. All the way down, third of the way up, all the way back down, and stand. So make sure that your form is great. Chin up, chest up, not looking down at your toes. Good form, you guys. I mean, perfect squat would be 90 degrees, but go down as far and as low as your body's allowing you to go today. Awesome job. Should be burning. These are long rounds. Almost there, you guys. All right, bicep curls for the second round. I'm gonna grab these fibers. Wish I had something in between. Remember, those elbows are tucked in at your sides. Don't let them flare out. Shoulders are relaxed as well. Don't let those shoulders creep up to your ears. You're in control of what muscles are being worked here. Really try to isolate those biceps the best you can. Good job, everybody. We're punching our tickets to the gun show today. Yeah. Oof, even these fibers are starting to get tired. Lots of reps, lots of reps. We're building up that muscular endurance today. Okay, 1 more round of each. We'll take a quick break and then we got our, we're gonna switch up the exercises a bit. And elevators. I'll stand sideways if you guys need some help with form. Squatting all the way down, back up, all the way down, and stand. Good job, everybody. Keep it up, leading with your butt. Awesome job. We're almost there, we're almost there. Keep it going, just a few more reps. All right, last round of bicep curls. I'm gonna drop it down to 1 dumbbell. It's a little bit heavier than those 5s. Good job, you guys. You guys are gonna have such toned arms after this workout. Almost there, fight it. Last round of bicep curls. We're almost there. Final stretch. Whew. Good job, you guys. Okay, quick break. Then we're switching to reverse lunges and tricep kickbacks. I mean, the beauty of these supersets is that we're not allowing much recovery. We're only allowing about a minute in between. If we added 3 or 4 exercises, you probably have 2 minutes in between exercises. So the goal here is long intervals with incomplete recovery. Okay, reverse lunge coming at you in 10. Awesome job, everybody. 3, 2, 1. Stepping back, tapping your knees, standing back up. Try to do a few reps nice and low. If you're not quite able to get all the way down to the ground, get as low as your body's able to go. Try to push that range of motion. That's where we get those improvements just a little bit better each time. Good job. All right, we're halfway. Keep it up, you guys. Chin up, chest up. When you're starting to get tired, don't lean over that front leg. Stay up nice and tall. Chest should be parallel to the wall. 10 seconds. Okay, grab a lighter pair of dumbbells. If you only have one weight, we're going to do an overhead extension. So if you only have one weight, you're going to do these. But if you got the pair, we're going to hinge forward, kicking back to the wall. Nice. Good range of motion on that forward tip, because the further you stand up, the less range of motion you have in your arm. Hinging forward nice and far at the waist. So when you finish, your arms should be parallel to the floor. Good job. Remember, elbows to hinge. Try to restrict that movement in your shoulder. Good job. You can start alternating if you start to get a little tired. That's a lot of time just to bend over, isn't it? Well, back can be burning a bit. Not a bad thing. Unless it is. If it is, we'll stand up and do an overhead extension. Okay, quick note, we're going back to lunges, but if you're starting to feel that in your low back, grab your dumbbells here and here for the tricep extension, okay? Reverse lunge. Round 2 of 3. Good job. If you guys want to get fancy, we can do lunge jumps. I don't want to get fancy. These are hard enough. For me, anyways. Awesome job. Keep it going. We're getting close. A lot of lunges, you guys. Keep pushing it. Awesome job. Second round of tricep extensions. I'm going to start off with the overhead extension for you guys. So here, if your low back is feeling it, we're going to cut to here. But If you're not, if you're feeling okay, really far forward hinge. Slight bend at the knees, not swinging. Slight pause at each change of direction. Good job. Relax those shoulders too, you guys. This is isolating in the tricep. Alternate if you need a quick break. Good job. Awesome job, you guys. Good form. Okay, last round here. One of each. Last one a lunge. We got one more kickback. Then we're gonna move a little bit faster, but shorter intervals. There we go. I know you're starting to get tired. Each lunge is just getting a little bit harder than the previous one, but don't let your form waver. Stand up nice and tall. Remember, I haven't said this in a few days, but never sacrifice speed for form. Good job, Chad. Switching to lunge jumps. Yeah, way to go. Well, that was enough for me. Try not to pause at the floor. Quick tap, quick change of direction. Like you're tapping your knee on a glass table. All right. Tricep kickback, and then we're done with this round. I think I'm doing overhead extension. Starting to feel a little achy. I'm starting to feel a little achy in my back, so I'm going overhead. Remember, the elbows to hinge here too. That we're not throwing it forward, that it's just elbow, bent, straightening up over your head. And if you're doing this overhead, you should skim the back of your head with the weight. So you're not, because otherwise you're gonna force a back arch. Whew. Good job, you guys. Keep it up. We're almost there. I know it's burning. Good job. Okay, quick break. Grab a quick drink of water. Now we're going to cut our work time in half to 30 seconds. We're going to do squat jumps and skaters, but we're only having 10 seconds of rest. So really, we're just pushing the envelope here on this last round, really trying to sprint through, push through that fatigue. But remember, you can take breaks when you need them, but only when you need them. All right. Starting off with squat jumps in 10. Here we go. Just 30 seconds here, quick as you can. This is only 10 seconds longer than our normal Tabata, so that's only like, what, 3 more reps than you would. All right. 10 seconds. 5. All right, hopping right into skaters here. When we got 5 seconds. Go. Awesome. One foot behind the other, tapping your front leg. Awesome job. Keep it up. If you're starting to feel this in your low back, make sure you're coming up to a straight up in the middle. So tapping straight up, tapping straight up. So you're not staring down at your toes. And rest. All right. 2 more times through. Go by quick. Squat jump. There you go. If you're not coming off the ground with these squat jumps, that doesn't mean you're not doing powerful motion. Drive off the ground. Like a motion like you are attempting to get off the ground, but you're just not quite getting there. That'll still simulate that squat jump with low impact. So maybe come up on your toes. You can come up on your toes during the squat jumps. So the closest thing you can do is to jump without jumping. Okay. Good job. Keep it up, you guys. Almost there. We got 5. All right, we just got one more of each. One more of each. Everything you got. Here we go. If you're not jumping, let's come up on your toes on the raise. But if you're jumping, try to get a little bit of air underneath those feet. Good job. Keep pushing it, you guys, all the way to the end. I know it burns. Fight it. Keep it going. You can do this. All right. We only have 30 seconds to work, and then we're done. Then you are done. You can do this, you guys. Digging deep here. Awesome job. We're pushing it. We're pushing it now. This is where you level up. This is where you improve. It's not how much, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. Almost there. We got 5. Oh man, awesome job. Oh, Patty, you're already down for the count, huh? Already in the easy chair. Good job, you guys. All right, give yourself a couple quick breaths. You know, you need that to recover. But when you're able to, start slowing those breaths down. Taking a breath in and exhale. Recovery, being in shape isn't about how high your body can handle a heart rate, a high heart rate. What a good indicator of being in shape is how quickly you can recover from a high heart rate. We can all just kick our own butt and get our heart rate up really high. But if we don't do it frequently, it's the recovery time that's the important part. All right, good job, you guys. How about we lay down? Let's cool her down. We're gonna do a page turner for the first cool down exercise. So lay on your side, knees bent, feet stacked up on top of each other, arms straight out in front of you, palms facing each other. What you're gonna do is your top arm, you're gonna reach up above your head. Rotate until it points to the opposite wall. Then you're gonna close the book. Reaching up above your head, rotate around. You might feel some popping and cracking in your shoulder. And close the book. Pops and cracks are okay in your shoulder as long as they're not painful. If they are a little painful, you might want to restrict your range of motion a little bit. We want to get to the point of a stretch, a little bit of uncomfortableness, but pain is, you know, your body telling you something. All right, let's switch to the other side. Palms together, reaching up above your head, opening up the page, and close. We got 5 each. This is 4 for me. I got 1 more. Up above your head and close. Okay. Now we're going to get down into a child pose, but we're going to focus on the side bend. So child pose, you're bringing your heels to your butt, arms extended as far as you can. But then I want you to take your hands, if we're doing a clock, you put your hands at 2 o'clock. Then you're going to shift your hips to the opposite. So shift your hips to about 7, 8 o'clock. Really feel that stretch on your side. Your whole side body, from your armpit to your ribs to your obliques, maybe a little bit in your hips, should be stretching out here. All right, walk back to 12 o'clock and then walk to 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock, right in that area. And then we're shifting our hips to a 5. I love this stretch, feels really good. You guys might notice that your heart rate is back down. You're able to breathe normally. If you were to talk right now, you'd probably be able to hold a normal sentence. That shows that you guys are getting in pretty good shape. Okay, while you guys are kneeling, let's do a couple of those shoulder shrugs. Tight tension on the top. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and complete relaxation. Squeezing up, squeezing back, and relax. So I don't know if you guys wonder why I end with those shrugs every single time. I like to practice this technique. It's called progressive muscle relaxation. And it's kind of like a meditation, but more physical than like spiritual and emotional and things. But really the purpose of it is you're supposed to squeeze muscles as tight as you possibly can. Recognize how that feels and what that tension feels like. And then you relax the muscles as much as you possibly can and recognize what that feels like. So the real purpose is, if we're sitting in the same position for a long time, let's say we have a desk job, and you're sitting there and you're typing and you're typing and you're typing, before you know it, your neck is stiff and it's tight. And then you wake up in the morning and it's stiff and it's tight. But who knows, that neck should have been tense and tight for an hour before you actually recognized it. And by that time, it was already affecting you physically. So if you're able to recognize this tension and tightness earlier, the less it'll affect you in the long run. So that's the whole purpose of that kind of stuff, if you were wondering. Oh, good workout, everybody. Our make a difference for today is spend a few minutes today walking a mile in someone else's shoes. That doesn't mean like you need to actually live the life of someone else, but more just to recognize how another person might live, you know, the challenges that someone else might have that you don't have in your life. That doesn't necessarily mean a different race. It could mean a different religion. It could mean, I don't know, someone who is obese, you know, just to really recognize what it's like to live like that, just so you have some empathy to recognize what it's like to be in the life of someone else, just so you can be a little bit more open to other people's opinions and how they live their life. Good job. Good job, you guys. I'm stopping the recording.